Hey folks, welcome. In honor of the new Microsoft Flight Simulator update, adding Australia to our intensive scenery, I've decided on taking an Australian flight in a single engine jet. It is early morning here in Canbury, Australia. Quick little flight to Sydney. I did this flight about an hour ago and I was able to see the downtown skyline. Taxiing to runway 35. And here we are, a little bit before sunrise, the Canbury Airport. Let's connect up the air traffic control program. Had a little problem with the ATIS.
Canberra Information Echo, 1330 Zulu winds are 158 at 13 knots. Visibility 6 miles. Skies clear. Temperature 11, dew point 5. Current altimeter is 29907. Arriving and departing runway 17. Canberra Information Echo, 1330 Zulu winds are 158 at 13 knots. Visibility 6 miles. Skies clear. Temperature.
Okay, 29907 on the altimeter. We're at runway 35 or 34. Don't remember which. Basically pointed north. We have our ATIS. Let's talk to ground for a clearance. I don't know if there is a clearance delivery, so we'll talk to ground. Canbury ground, Raven 4-3, ready to copy.
Raven 4-3, we don't have a flight plan on file for you.
Oh no, let's get a flight plan for you. How embarrassing. How about now? Canbury ground, Raven 4-3, ready to copy.
Raven 4-3 is cleared to Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee. Fly the Cullen 1 departure, with the Cullen transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 35. Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.5. Squawk 5211.
Raven 4-3 is cleared to Yankee Sierra Sierra Yankee, fly the Cullen 1 departure, with the Cullen transition, then as filed. Climb to 6,000 feet via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Departure on 124.5. Squawk 5211.
Raven 4-3 read back correct. Altimeter 29907, let us know when you're ready to taxi.
Altimeter 29907 Raven 4-3.
Five. Two, 1-1 on the squawk, right? Oh, how am I gonna get that other digit? Oh, there we go. 5, 2. Okay, 1. Five, 2, 1, 1 on the squawk. There we go. Canbury. Oh, I'm ready to switch over to...
Aircraft calling ground, say again with your call sign.
Let's flip over to Canbury Tower. Canbury Tower, Raven 4-3, ready for departure, runway 35.
Raven 4-3, contact ground on 121.7 for taxi instructions.
Oh.
Ground on 121.7 for taxi. Raven 4-3.
Canbury ground, Raven 4-3, ready for taxi, runway 35.
Raven 4-3, contact tower on 118.7.
Tower on 118.7, Raven 4-3.
Canbury Tower, Raven 4-3, ready for departure, runway 35.
Raven 4-3, contact ground on 121.7 for taxi instructions.
Ground on 121.7 for taxi. Raven 4-3.
Are we really going to play this game? Canbury ground, Raven 4-3, request taxi, runway 35.
Raven 4-3, taxi to runway 35 via taxiways November. Hold short runway 35.
Taxi to runway 35 via taxiways November. Hold short runway 35, Raven 4-3.
Okay, I'll flip over to Canbury Tower, Raven 4-3, ready for departure, runway 35.
Raven 4-3, contact ground on 121.7 for taxi instructions.
Oh, come on.
Ground on 121.7 for taxi. Raven 4-3.
I think I might not be close enough to the runway. I think that might be it. Let's get a little closer to the runway. Parking brake off. Toe brakes. A little bit of throttle. Once I get closer to the runway, they might realize I'm at the runway.
G'day, behind the Jets A320, taxi by Kilo Quebec.
On the A320, taxi by Kilo Quebec, JetX 215.
Raven 4-3, contact tower on 118.7. Have a good flight.
Tower on 118.7, Raven 4-3.
They just didn't realize I was at the runway, that's all. Canbury Tower, Raven 4-3, ready for departure, runway 35.
Raven 4-3, winds are 158 at 13 knots, cleared for takeoff, runway 35.
Clear for takeoff. Runway 35, Raven 4-3.
Canopy closed and locked, parking brake off, engine instruments okay, flight instruments okay. Throttle up. Let's go. Initial altitude 6,000 feet, runway heading. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Let's reduce the throttle right away so I don't bust 250.
Raven 4-3, climb and maintain flight level 130.
Climb and maintain flight level 130, Raven 4-3.
Up to 130 on the altitude. Autopilot on. Nav mode and oh.
Raven 4-3, slow to 250 knots or less.
Yeah, I knew I would
Wilco
bust
Raven
that.
4-3.
I knew I would bust that if I didn't watch it. This is a slippery jet. It's meant for racing. Okay, we're under 250. We're using GPS navigation. And we only have a climb rate of 700 feet per minute, which they may not like. They may want me to climb a lot faster, but I'm going to enjoy the scenery.
Raven 43 contact Canberra departure on 124.5. Enjoy your morning.
Departure on 124.5 Raven 43. Departure Raven 43 climbing to flight level 130.
Raven 43 good morning. Radar contact.
Our first waypoint is Vicky, which is part of the procedure. Here you can see our routing. It's actually, let's instead of runway 17, we'll change that to 35. Okay. Colon is the end of the procedure. So we're on the colon 1 right now. And here's our tentative routing, depending on the runway when we get there. Hopefully we'll get the ILS to 16 right, but that could easily change. We'll be ready for that. .237 on the speed, 46 going through 4,700 on the altitude.
Raven 43 contact Melbourne Centre on 119.5. Good day.
We have an
Center
airport.
on 119.5. Take care Raven 43.
We should have an airport down on our nose here. I don't see that airport.
Center Raven 43 climbing to flight level 130.
Raven 43 good morning. Radar contact.
So 242 is keeping us just under the speed limits. Our N1 and N2 engine instruments are well in the green. We're at about 60% power. Landing gear is up, flaps are up, speed brakes are in. Canopy is closed and locked. What is this down here? Pitot heat is on. So I'm going to turn off the tracking just temporarily. And use the pre-assigned cameras. Let's find out what the pre-assigned cameras do. There's camera 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. going to turn the tracking back on. I prefer to have the tracking on, but when I have to make a heading change or altitude change, sometimes I have to refer to my instrument here, and I might have to turn my head radically like this to read that instrument. So don't be discouraged by that. I know it's 6,900 feet. Once we get above 10,000, we'll kick up the speed quite a bit into the 320 knot range. I believe these red lights you're seeing are wind turbines. Australia is filled with wind turbines in this area. Two miles. Whoa, we just passed over Cullen, the end of our procedure, and now we're on our way to our first waypoint. Here you can see our routing on our air traffic control program. There's Cullen, our first procedure, our end of our procedure. And over these low mountains, over the bay, and approaching Sydney Airport from the south. So we'll see how that works. If the runway remains 16, we'll have to pass over downtown Sydney, the harbor area, see the famous Opera House and the bridge and all that good stuff. We'll pass over downtown Sydney, and then we'll loop around to approach from the north to the south. That's if the runway doesn't change. Maybe we could tune in the Sydney runway. Yankee, Sierra, Sierra, Yankee. Let's see if we can tune in the Yankee, Sierra, Sierra, Yankee. Yankee, Sierra, Sierra, Yankee, ATIS, right here. Okay.
Raven 43, contact Melbourne Centre on 129.8. Have a good morning.
Centre on 129.8 Raven 43. Centre Raven 43 climbing to flight level 130.
Raven 43, good morning. Radar contact.
Okay, so let's flip the frequency.
Kingsford Smith Information Foxtrot, 14-0 Zulu winds are 177 at 23 knots gusting to 30 knots. Visibility 6 miles. 3,000 few clouds. Temperature 19, dew point 15. Current altimeter is 2985. Arriving and departing runway 16 left, 16 right.
Okay, they are
Kingsford
using
Smith Information Foxtrot.
They are using 16 left and right.
Centre Raven 43 climbing to flight level 130.
Raven 43 radar contact.
We have cracked 10,000 feet, so let's kick up our speed. Into the low 300s. You can see we're at the top of the green zone on our N1 and N2. There's 11,000 feet, 2,000 feet to go to our target. We can expect our top of descent to be right in the area where we make a... So here we are, right when we cross feet wet, right in this area, we can expect our top of descent. As soon as right now we're in GPS mode on our navigation. The navigation is following the GPS. As soon as we are given vectors, we're going to switch out of GPS mode and go into VOR mode. I want to tune up that ILS frequency, which is 1095. So we'll get that set in our number one nav radio. Let's flip over. Let's put the cursor from the comm to the nav. 1095 is what we want. Okay, there's 1095 in the standby. We'll flip it into the number one. There we go. So as long as we're given runway 16 right, we'll have our ILS already set up. We're leveled out at 13,000. Coming upon Rivet, which is our last waypoint. Between Rivet and our next waypoint, we'll go feet wet and we'll reach top of descent. 5 miles to Rivet.
Raven 43 turn left heading 026 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 16 right at Kingsford Smith, descend and maintain flight level 110.
Heading 026 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 16 right, descend and maintain flight level 110. Raven 43.
Raven 43 altimeter 2985 at Kingsford Smith, descend and maintain 8,900 feet.
Altimeter 2985, descend and maintain 8,900 feet. Raven 43.
Raven 43 descend and maintain 6,900 feet.
Descend and maintain 6,900 feet. Raven 43.
Raven 43 maintain 6,900 feet. Raven 43 contact Sydney approach on 124.4. Enjoy your morning.
Approach on 124.4. Raven 43. Approach Raven 43 descending to 6,900 feet.
Raven 43 good morning. Radar contact. Raven 43 turn left heading 001.
Heading 001. Raven 43.
Raven 43 turn left heading 356.
Heading 356. Raven 43.
Raven 43 heading is 356.
We are on vectors. Let's go off of GPS mode. We're in VLOC mode now. Turning to 356 in the descent for 6,900. We've cut back our speed dramatically. We're now at the top of the white arc, or the bottom of the green arc, basically in flight idle. 34% power.
Raven 43 descend and maintain 4,800 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,800 feet. Raven 43.
Here you can see what the controller is doing. The white line was our original course. He's now putting us on this approach from the left. We're going to be making a right turn to base and turn to final. So once we reach this yellow line, we'll get another heading, and then we'll get another couple of headings to get us onto final for runway 16. So we could have approached downtown Sydney and looped around to the left, but he's having us loop around to the right. We'll still get a nice view of downtown Sydney as we come in. Our compass rose down here on the bottom is linked to our number 1 nav. So when we start getting the ILS localizer and glide slope, that will start to show up on this lower display. Coming through 7,000 feet. We're down to 138 knots. We're in a clean configuration. Once we dirty up, we don't really want to drop much below 90 knots. That'll be the edge of our stall configuration. That'll be landing configuration.
Approach going 40 Yankee Hotel Lima is maintaining 4,000, tracking up to field 4 rings. Yankee Hotel Lima approach, cadet.
Clear to 4,800. When we get near 4,800, I want to give us just a touch of power to maintain our airspeed in this
Raven
configuration.
43, turn right heading 057.
Heading 057 Raven 43.
There's 5,500. 48 is our target. $5,000. Here's 49. I'm going to add a little power. Coming up on 48.
Raven 43 turn left heading 027.
Heading 027 Raven 43.
We can monitor how we're doing. You can see we're still on this direct line to turn base and turn final on an extended final for 1.6. So that's what she's doing. She'll give us a small turn here, another turn here, and then she'll clear us for the ILS.
Raven 43 turn right heading 033.
Heading 033 Raven 43.
Let's start to dirty up one notch of flaps. Landing gear down.
Raven 43 turn right heading 038.
Heading 038 Raven 43.
A little more power. We're starting to lose altitude that I didn't want to lose. We're still cleared to 4,800.
X-ray 23, descend to 2000 visual.
Descend to 2000 visual, Stirling 323.
You can see we've gotten DME, 15 DME, and we're starting to get navigation data, so we have a active ILS frequency. We don't know if it's the correct frequency because we're not listening to the Morse identifier, and that's not good, so we can take care of that. Let's come up here and turn on nav 1. Turn on the marker. Not coming on. I'm going to turn off.
Raven 43 turn right heading 0904.
Heading 0904 Raven 43.
Raven 43 turn right heading 0909.
Heading 0909 Raven 43.
Raven 43 cleared for ILS to runway 16 right fly heading 133 to intercept final.
Cleared for ILS approach to runway 16 right fly heading 133 Raven 43.
Raven 43 heading is 133.
Okay, nav 1 and marker are turned on. I could not see them from where I was. So you can see on the lower display we're intercepting the localizer. And I'm going to go to approach mode.
Raven 43 altimeter 2985 at Kingsford Smith contact tower on 119.45. Have a good morning.
Altimeter 2985 tower on 119.45 Raven 43.
We're capturing the
Tower
localizer.
Raven 43 inbound for ILS approach runway 16 right.
Raven 43 good morning. Radar contact. Continue ILS to runway 16 right call when established on final.
Continue ILS to runway 16 right will call when established on final Raven 43.
And I just disconnected the autopilot. We have the runway environment in sight. Sydney Tower, Raven 43 on final.
Raven 43 winds are 177 at 23 knots, clear to land runway 16 right.
Clear to land runway 16 right Raven 43.
Let's give ourselves another notch of flaps.
41 Delta, descend 6,000, turn right 090. Descend 6,000, right 090, QLX 41 Delta.
We're on localizer, we're above glide slope. We're a little fast. On localizer, slightly above glide slope. Our speed is okay. Descent rate is okay. Slightly above glide slope. On localizer. Speed is a little slow. On localizer, on glide slope, on speed. Well, if you can take a moment to enjoy it, Sydney Harbor is there on our left. There's downtown Sydney, there's the bridge, and just beyond the bridge on the right-hand side is the Opera House. Nice downtown Sydney tour in the early morning sunrise. Of course, I shouldn't let myself get too distracted. We are above above glide slope, a little slow. Still on localizer. On localizer, a little high, a little slow. Pappy lights are coming into sight. That, of course, is the outer marker. On speed, on localizer, slightly above glide slope. On speed, on localizer, slightly above glide slope.
SU-141, contact departure, okay.
Very welcome.
On speed, on localizer, on glide slope. There's the inner marker. Continue.
Raven 43 exit runway when able.
My cheering section, I thought I turned that off. sorry about that. Didn't mean to have a cabin full of people. Sydney Tower, Raven 43 clear of the active. Clear of active, Raven 43.
Raven 43 contact ground on 121.7. Enjoy your morning.
Ground on 121.7 Raven 43.
Sydney ground, Raven 43, taxi to parking. Sydney ground, Raven 43, taxi to parking. Sydney ground, Raven 43, request taxi to parking.
Raven 43 na military ramp available at this airport.
Raven 43, sorry, no military ramp available at this airport. Well, that's a shame. Okay, well, I'm going to find a place to park, and you folks have a great rest of your day.